Welcome to the ACX e-learning video on the ALX-G1 serial port assignment. We pick up where we left off with the last e-learning video on POI declaration. Let's jump right in and assign the serial ports and get this multi-room audio system operational. As we can clearly see here in the current port assignment box, as well as the buttons representing the POIs and the components they control, no serial ports have been assigned. To the right of the POI listing, we see positions representing the 9 available serial ports. Before we assign the ports, let's take a look at our configuration tools in the upper right corner. In this cluster on the top right, we see buttons for Info, Remove, Reset, Save, and Home. The Info button will load the Info page where we can view helpful reminders on how to use this administration menu. The rest of the tools we'll simply show you by demonstrating. To assign a POI to a specific serial port, click and drag, or in the case of a touch-capable tablet PC or monitor, simply touch and drag to the desired port number. If you change your mind for any assigned port, simply relocate the POI's button to an alternate serial port position. To reset a single POI, simply drag away from the port position and release. It will automatically be returned to the unassigned stack. Each time you move the POI's button to an alternate serial port, it will update the port number in its status window. If you wish to begin again and start from scratch, simply select the Reset button on the top right. Before we continue, let's look at the Remove control. As we see, a confirmation dialog appears warning us that we are about to affect the system globally. What this means is all parameters and assignments will be removed and the serial port communication will be interrupted for all POIs. Since we're in the process of setting up the system, we'll choose No Thanks and continue. Now let's assign the POIs in their respective serial port positions. It should be noted that the port assignment must match the physical connection. In other words, if the ADA switcher is physically connected to the G1's port 8, this is where we will assign the POI. Now we assign the rest of the POIs according to their actual physical connections and serial port positions on the ALX-G1. Now that we have all of our POIs and serial port assignments in place, all we need to do is save the configuration. This is where the power of the ALX-G1 POI system really shines. All of the components and the parameters for the communication protocols are automatically loaded and assigned to their specified serial port within the ALX-G1. What this means is there is no need to concern yourself with serial port nuances such as baud rates, parity, or flow control, all of which Alexis takes care of for you. This is a first-of-its-kind feature in our industry, complete synchronous automation of serial port parameters and protocols. You'll never have to worry about setting serial port parameters correctly ever again. Let's go ahead and save our serial port assignments and get these POIs and their components online. As we see, another confirmation dialog appears just to make sure this is what we want. Remember, you may return to the serial port assignment menu and perform adjustments at any time. After we execute, we see that the Alexis is keeping us up to date. At ACX, we feel that actual messages are superior to a simple progress bar that really doesn't tell us anything other than the percentage completed. That's pretty much it. Not much to it at all. Simple, intuitive, and straightforward. Now that we have assigned all the serial ports, all that's left to do is to tell the parent POI which audio port positions the child or source POIs are connected to. For more on audio port assignments, see the e-learning video on parent POI audio port configuration. We hope this e-learning video is useful and informative. For more e-learning videos, be sure to visit acxlan.com.